I was shocked and I couldn't imagine there's another world outside so much better than us. I thought our country is the best in the world, like a propaganda told us. Watching those videos opened my eyes. I was forcibly chosen pleasure squad.
Yes, in North Korea, like if you were to get captured with a Bible, yes, 3 generations of your family would get killed. So
you get punished. I was always hungry. When I go to school, I constantly look down the ground, trying to find the food.
right, scraps
on the street, and then if I find that some little piece of dirty food, I'll just pick it up and eat it.
I heard about God when I was actually in North Korea.
Then how you didn't get killed? You even know you get killed. You're lucky you didn't get killed. All of a sudden, I just looked up the sky. Someone watches us. Please save us. And then guess what? As I looking up the sky,
Hi, Deborah. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, I'm really excited to have you on the show. Yeah.
It's my pleasure, Charles. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, you're welcome. So you're basically the second North Korean on my channel, me being the first, right?
Oh wow,
So
it's my honor.
Yes, well, my pleasure is all mine and honor is all mine. So, Deborah, I have been hearing your story bits and pieces throughout the internet, and like I've been hearing your story, on Instagram and Facebook. I just really wanted to hear your full story and your journey to coming to America and to free country. And yeah, I'd love for you to share that with me and with my audience as well. So, yeah.
Sounds very good. Sounds very good. My name is Deborah Choi, and I came from North Korea. I came here 2006. So I was the first group of people, North Korean people, got accepted as legally accepted as a refugee here after President George W. Bush passed the North Korean Human Rights Act in 2004, and then I came here as the first group of people, North Korean refugee, enter the United States.
Oh, wow.
Enter United States legally, yeah.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic. That's amazing. So I did hear about like George W. Bush signing the contract or like the bills to actually accept North Koreans. But yeah, I did not know that you're the very first round of North Korean refugees. Wow, so congratulations. So where,
Thank you so much.
yeah, where, you're welcome. Yeah. So where in North Korea are you from?
Well, I'd rather not to take for this what part. Yeah. But
No worries.
yeah. So, but for the security reason, but still,
That's right.
yeah, I grew up in North Korea where life was very restricted and difficult. And yeah, when I was in school wasn't really about learning freely. It was most about like learning about the great leaders and our country, like what governments told about our country is the best in the world, like that. And we had to study our regime, the leaders, the history more than other subjects, right? So it's like a brainwashing. Yeah, we grew up brainwashed, and yeah, we thought it was. And yeah, from a young age we were taught to obey rather than ask questions. And food was always scarce, and survivor became the main focus of our lives, right? So yeah, especially I was, as a child, I was especially good at singing and acting. And so we have to, almost every day praise the leaders, and practicing it by singing and play that. And then because we had to be perfect in practices, I remember I get beaten by the teachers if I make mistakes, like as a kid, young kids, and then and they beaten us by until we we
Right.
perform it like flawlessly, you know.
Right. Right.
And yeah, so that's why if you see the YouTube videos, those are small kids in North Korea, they perform those, you know, the dancing or playing instruments. They like a machine, like they play like a
Right.
machine. They rarely make mistakes.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah, so I feel bad whenever I still watch them to playing it, because I am very related to how, you know, their pain inside, you know, how
Yeah.
they got abused by performing that like perfectly like that. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was so painful
I remember
childhood
like
in
a
there.
right. It's like the Arirang, right? Like it's like the massive
Yeah,
like
yeah,
event
I
where
know.
like North Korean
Yeah,
regime hosts
yeah,
probably like 100,000 kids, right? They force
yeah.
about 100,000 kids, 10만 명, to
Mm-hmm.
actually attend that Arirang event, and you
Mm-hmm.
have to practice like
Mm-hmm.
months on end, and like
Mm-hmm.
all those pixels that are changing, those are literally
Yeah.
people. There's a
Mm-hmm.
children under there, like flipping different papers, right? So yeah, I do remember that,
Exactly.
and yeah,
Yeah,
I do
it's like
remember
a you.
like
Yeah, it's like a robot. They do like,
right,
you know, perfectly. Like
right,
even like
yeah,
a yeah, 6 years old or 7 years old. So
yeah,
crazy.
they're
Yeah, and then
abused and
abused
yeah,
to do that, and
mm-hmm,
I still feel their pain, and my pain
yeah.
came up from yeah every time I watching them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have like similar experience? Like, did you in the schools, like, were you like forced to do certain practices? Because for me, like, I
Mhm.
did. Like, we would
Yeah.
have like sporting events. Like, we would do like a
Hmm.
taekwondo, right? And then we'll just
Hmm.
all have to practice. And if I were to make a mistake, like the gym
Hmm.
teacher, like the 체육 선생님, would come
Hmm.
and literally beat me up,
Hmm.
right? So is that
Yeah.
something very similar to you as well?
Oh, of course, because I was good at singing, right? I was good at
Yeah.
singing, and then I used to, when I was like a 6 or 7 years old, I used to sing in front of, I sing as a solo in front of a
Mm-hmm.
lot of crowd, and then like, you know, like praising the our leader, like they, for example, 원수님은 너랑 나랑만, like this kind of stuff. So I'm like,
Yeah, yeah,
like that, they're praising
yeah.
it. But that one is you know how much I cried for the like
Mm.
days and days practicing that song. And the teachers was, you know, the stick with the in the you the 칠판대, what was it, stick, you when you in
Uh,
school, like the
yeah.
sticks, they you know they are pointing in the
적편대,
wall
right?
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they just, if I make mistake, my high pitch was bad, and they was hitting my hands like finger with that one, like that. So I'm so, and then if I cry
Mm,
out loud, they like don't cry, don't cry. And then I'm like, because my tears are coming out.
mm.
It was a, you know, vulnerable, like a skinny finger. You get
Yeah,
bitten by
yeah.
that
Chill.
stick, like a,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
yeah. And then it still, you know, I mean, and then I had to redo it like 100 times until it's correct. And then they don't.
Mm,
It's even like a it, late night.
mm-hmm.
They didn't send me to home.
Right.
They kept me in school and until
Practicing.
I yeah practice correctly. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
perfectly. So yeah, I mean I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was normal, so I didn't
Yeah.
have an issue.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
like,
Like when I went
I
to
thought I
school
was
and
the bad one. I
oh my
know.
gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
mean, no child should go through that, right? No child. Like
exactly.
if he was either in
Hmm.
South Korea or anywhere in the
Hmm.
world, the
Hmm.
parents would get sued, right? The
Sued, and then
parents,
they
yeah,
yeah
yeah.
they go to jail.
They go to
So
jail, exactly, but
yeah.
it
Hmm.
happens only in North Korea. And the saddest part is it still happens. Like kids in North Korea, they still get
Still
abused in the
happening. Yeah, it's
yeah,
still.
in North
Mhm.
Korea. Yeah, so Deborah, so
Yeah.
how old were you when you first like when you escaped North Korea? And what like
Uh,
it's like for me like a lot of
mhm,
people escape North Korea for different reasons, right? It's not
mhm,
just the hunger that drives them to escape North Korea, but it's more of like some people wants to like they have a good life in North Korea, but they just,
mhm,
are curious about the world outside of North Korea,
mhm.
and some
Yeah.
of them want to have a better, future for their kids, and that's why they
Mhm,
escape. But for me personally, I, escaped North Korea because I was hungry. And
mhm,
when I first escaped North Korea and when I came to China, I, had this freedom of, Chinese food and Chinese media.
Mhm.
So when I went
Mhm.
back to North Korea, or when I got captured and sent back, I could not forget about that. So I
Mhm.
finally decided to escape North Korea. But how was it for you? Like, what was your main motive of actually escaping North Korea?
Yeah, so I was very hungry too because my parents they work like night like early from early in the morning to like a
Mm,
late night, but the regime they didn't give them anything, like not even enough food. So I was always hungry.
mm-hmm,
And I still remember, when I go to school,
mm-hmm,
when I go to school, I constantly look down the ground, you know, and
mm,
trying to find the food
right,
on
scraps.
on the street. Yeah, and
Yeah,
then I'm like,
yeah,
that's how much I was hungry. And then if I find like some little piece of dirty food, then I was looked around and then I was
yeah,
pick it up and eat it. That's how
yeah,
much I was.
yeah,
Can you believe it? I did it like once. So
yeah.
that was me. And then I was so embarrassed, but I was like that hungry. And then I, after all those struggles, when I became adult,
Mm-hmm,
I was forcibly chosen pleasure squad, and
mm,
and because I was tall and considered pretty,
mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm,
so I went to Pyongyang where close to the regime, and then I was like we were kept in the like some luxury guest house, and I was
mm,
trained for 6 months, becoming more prettier.
mm,
And
mm.
then without any reason after 6 months, I was expelled and sent back home. They didn't explain any reason for that. So I was
Mm.
so like heartbreaking and
Shock too, I assume.
yeah, I was shocked and I was
Because
so
you thought your
embarrassed.
life
I
would
thought
just like take
it
off,
was
right?
just like
Because
a
I
yeah,
mean,
take off
was
by
it
the
okwa or yukwa?
okwa. Of course,
Okwa.
okwa.
Whoa.
Yeah,
See,
the
like so.
인민무력부 okwa. Yeah, 인민무력부
Wow.
okwa. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I see.
So yeah, and then I I was so loyal to the country, and then I did everything what they told me to do, but
Mm-hmm.
find out that they'll just they abandoned me for no reason like that. So
Mm.
I was mad, and then I quit the job, and I was be I became like a like a like
Rebellious.
yeah, rebellious. And then
Yeah.
I was always a good kid, but I tried to
Mm-hmm.
against the stop do the things that I did, the things that regime does forbid and doesn't want us to do, right?
Yeah.
That
Did
was
you watch like for
watching.
Medias? And
Yes,
were you watching
yes.
for Medias? Yeah.
I did
South Korean drama. Mm-hmm.
yeah, South Korean drama. There was a 옥탑방 고양이, Cat on the Roof. So
Oh.
I watched it with a bunch of friends
Mm-hmm.
secretly. We just block all
Mm.
the windows and
Doors and yeah.
yeah, doors that we just lock the door outside, put the
Mm-hmm.
the rock on it, so outside people don't recognize there's people
People
inside.
in the inside.
So
Oh my
yeah,
gosh! Wow, it's
and
incredible.
then yeah, we crawled in the window side and then get out, go went outside and back like that.
Mm-hmm.
So so that's what I first time introduced to the South Korean drama, and then
Mm,
I was shocked, and I was couldn't imagine there's another world outside so much better than us. I thought our
mm-hmm.
country is the best in the world, like a regime, like the propaganda told us. But
Mm-hmm.
watching those videos, I mean, it opened my eyes. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
completely
I was
changed your
so shocking,
perspective.
completely, yeah, changed it.
Yeah.
And then you know, I I mean, I knew that there's a world outside,
Mm-hmm.
from us, that people live freely and like
Right.
so well.
Right.
It kept me, yeah. And then from there, I trapped by that, and then I
Yeah.
couldn't function regularly, normally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like whether, yeah, I was eating, I was sleeping, I was kept thinking about it.
Right. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that makes sense too. Like I watched South Korean drama in North Korea as
Mhm.
well. Like I watched 가을 동화. That's like the a false
Gaoldongwa, yes, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I know. That's famous.
Adam
But,
yeah, Adam
uh-huh.
Tail. Like while watching it, like they speak the same language as us, you know,
I
but
know.
they
Yeah,
have
yeah.
they're completely different style, and
Mm-hmm.
it just literally
Oh,
oh God,
what
I am so sorry. I
happened?
don't know why my internet just
Oh.
dropped. But it's okay. It's
Maybe
still
North Korean
recording.
spy watching us, spying us. Oh, Charles.
I am so sorry,
It's okay.
but
Yeah.
yeah, as I was saying, it just watching South Korean drama completely opened my eyes, and it
Yes.
helped me to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there is life outside, right? That is better than North Korea, because like just like you and me, like a lot of North Korean people think that yes, North Korea is the greatest country. We're just
Mm-hmm.
hungry
Mm-hmm.
because like we need to defend ourselves from the Americans, right? Because that's
Americans
how
made us. They
right,
said,
right,
yeah, that's
right.
what we told. Yeah.
That's what I was taught too when
Yeah,
I was
I
in North
know. Hmm.
Korea. Wow.
I
So
know. Hmm.
you know, it's like I tell that to people like whenever people ask me about like my escape stories and my experience in North
Hmm.
Korea, I try to tell them like don't generalize like North Korean people's experience because we all have like different experiences, right? And like sometimes like I say that because like yeah, North Korean people have different experiences in North Korea, but when it
Hmm.
comes to like the education and when it comes to like the
Hmm.
brainwashing, it's
Yeah.
basically all the same.
Same thing. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
you get in trouble and then you cannot survive there.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, like
Yeah.
you
Hmm.
will get in trouble.
Yeah.
Like you
I
will go to
know. Your
prison.
whole generation get in
Mm-hmm.
trouble. So you
Mm-hmm.
cannot do anything else other than they told us to do stuff like
Yeah.
they were taught us, and
Mm-hmm.
to believe. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So Deborah, so why so I know there are 40,000
Hmm.
North Korean refugees that are resettled in South
Hmm.
Korea, right? And I know
Yeah.
that there are a very handful of North Korean refugees like
Hmm.
yourself and I. I'm
Hmm.
just wondering like why not South Korea? Like why didn't you go to South Korea and why didn't you resettle in South Korea? Because I mean people would assume that yeah, there's like the culture is the same, the food is the same, the language is somewhat the same, right?
Yes. Yeah. So my purpose was to go to South Korea, of course, because there's a only way to,
Mm.
go to South Korea, get a citizenship, and they get some good welfare system to taking
Mm-hmm.
care of us.
Oh, that's
So
right. Yeah.
my main purpose is like to go to South Korea, and then when I was living in China, we are living in constant fear of, getting caught
Deportation. Yeah.
because, because I heard you did it twice like
Yeah.
that, like, you deported
Mm-hmm.
to, the North Korea, and then you get, you get treated like worse than animals, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I was
Yeah.
hide entire time and just like living I was living there with the fears every
In
day,
fear.
and
Mm-hmm.
then and then luckily I learned the computer and internet from there the first
Whoa.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, well, in North Korea, I never knew about those. And then in
Of
China, they're
course.
already
Yeah.
using it. So I
Mm.
learned it because I was still on my 20s and then I was so curious about the new things. And yeah,
Mm.
and then I first time learned about internet and then how to search the stuff. My first words was defection on the search
Wow.
bar, like 탈북,
Mm.
right? And
Oh.
then and then I was and then there's some like websites and some informations that came up, and then I bravely posted my story there, and then asked them for help. I
Wait.
trapped in.
Wait. I'm so sorry. So
Yeah,
you used Chinese internet and you
yeah.
posted your story and say, I defected North Korea
I'm
and I
North
want
Korean.
your.
Well, no, but the site was a Korean, North, South Korean site. The
Oh, wow.
탈북자 동지 was yeah, North Korean defector site. I mean, in
Wow.
South Korea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't be, I shouldn't done that because that one put me that one will put me like a
In a
great danger
spotlight,
because
right? Because like you
yeah,
now they know that you're there.
I know they search my IP address and they can, trace me and they catch me. But I didn't know that. I only learned
Mm-hmm.
about the search, how to search words and stuff. And then I did it. And then
Mm-hmm.
I posted my story. I living in China. I'm only 20s and they please save me. I want to, find a new life. I don't want to live like entire my life is like hiding in somewhere like this, miserably like that.
Mm.
And then people like, oh, can you delete it, please? Because you're in danger. And then there's a lot of comments there. And then there's
Mm.
one guy, oh, my girlfriend is like also North Korean defector. And then she's met some pastor in South Korea. And then they're on the way, they're preparing to, leave China right now. So he gave me the South Korean pastor's information. It could be trap, right? It could
Right?
be
It could be
trap.
like
But I,
North Korean
I
spy. Yeah.
and I was naively got the information, and then I, wrote an email to that pastor, and then first email no answer, second email no answer, and then third email I was desperately wrote my situation and like, please help me like that, and then the third email he responded, and then he sent me the safe house, like other
Mm.
area. Yeah, and then he prepared us to bring to the South Korea. And then
Mm-hmm.
one night, the pastor told me us that called me like over like a late night, and then as I was staying with the that girlfriend too, the who also North the guy who commented me. And then
Mm-hmm.
there was that girlfriend over there in also North Korea because we became best friend, and then the pastor the pastor called me and asked me there's another way to America because because the North Korean human right act just passed, and then they right now just putting in action. So they're looking for they told me North Korean they can accept the North Korean refugees, and then pastor told that, and then they asked me if you want to go to America. It's the first time it opened for you guys. And I said,
Wow.
no, not America. So America, still I thought America bad and the people evil because of the brainwashing. So no way. And second of all, I rejected it because, living in China with a
Mm.
different language, we have to learn the
Ah,
language. And then I
that's
was
right.
living like a mute,
Right.
like
Me. Yeah.
yeah, I couldn't speak like freely.
Right.
So I dumped everything that out, and then I have to learn another language to survive. I couldn't,
Do
I
that.
didn't think
Yeah.
I could do that like twice. So I
Right.
said no. Yeah, so I forget about it. And then the pastor gave me like a 2 nights to think about it.
Mm-mm.
And yeah, but as I still think about it, but the going to America, I was it kept staying in my mind, and while I was living in China, Chinese people very admire America. Like
Mm.
they respect people who studied in America or worked in America. They were so like respect them. Like,
Mm.
they yeah. And then they really want to go America to make money instead
Mm-hmm.
of yeah, but even though they wanted to go, but they cannot easily go because America, right? They can go
Mm-hmm.
South Korea easily, but not America.
Right.
So yeah, and then they watched my other Chinese friends. They watched Hollywood movies crazily, like yeah.
Yeah.
So I took a glimpse when they're watching the the movies. It
Mm-hmm.
was amazing. Like it's totally different, like a high functioning, the life society over there. Like it's so different than China. So I
Yeah.
thought China was the richest country in the world, but the
Yeah.
America was another level. So
Yeah.
my thought about America was a little
Mm.
bit changed because oh, that is
Mm.
the richest and the powerful country in the
Mm.
world.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
thought about it, maybe this could be my chance because
Mm.
Chinese people, they cannot even easily go, but my chance is right here. So
Yeah, your
why
opportunities, right? Yeah, presented
yeah,
itself.
so
Yeah.
I'm still in my 20s, so I was positive I can, I can try one more time. I can have
Yeah.
energy to do it. So
Yeah.
I could have it. So yeah, so I'm like, okay. I mean, I still like debating like whether go or not. And then one day, after 2 days, I was happened to on the on computer, and then there was a messenger. The pastor was there, so it's rare.
Mm.
I don't do computer so like, every time, and then the pastor, as soon as he saw me online, and then he messaged me, the group heading to America, they're leaving in 30 minutes, and then I saw that message. Yeah, and then I saw that message, and really.
When people think about North Korea, they usually think of nuclear warheads, authoritarianism, and a heartless dictator. I'm making contents because I want everybody to think of North Korean people. They are ordinary people who don't know how much better life could be. If you want to help me be a voice for voiceless North Koreans, I would love for you to support me on Patreon, where you can get early access to full-length videos, all sorts of fun pictures, outtakes, and other exclusive videos. Thank you, and I hope to see you there.
I want to go. And then
Yeah.
I grabbed my bag. I was right away instantly, I stand up. Like, where are they like that? I want to go. I don't
Wow.
know what was it. Like it was like I'm impulsively like, doing it. So yeah, and then luckily their safe house was 10 minutes away. So when I arrived at that safe house, they were literally in the hallway putting their shoes. Like if I like
To go-
late like
Wow.
2 minutes, 30 minutes, I couldn't make it. So I think that's the perfect timing. I think that was a God's timing.
Yeah. I mean, they
Thinking
say
back
God's
now,
timing is perfect.
how did I just, as soon as I heard that message, I'm like, I gotta go. I'm going like this. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, and
That's
and then,
incredible.
yeah,
Wow.
that's how I joined the American group and started my journey to America here.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Like in I think like I think about this a lot too. Like in a way, because I watched Hollywood movie when I was in North Korea. Well, I wouldn't say like Hollywood because I mean 007 is a UK movie, I think. And I also watched
Okay.
I watched Bad Boys 1. I'm not sure if you know Bad Boys 1.
I didn't watch.
The movie is by Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. So I'd say that it's like, yeah, in a certain way, Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, encouraged me or gave me inspiration to escape North Korea. But the role of like certain movies, right? This like the role that the movies plays, it plays a significant role because if you were to actually ask a lot of North Korean defectors that are in South Korea, like they would say, yeah, I've actually watched some sort of like a foreign media or like South Korean drama, and it gave me hopes, right? And it changed my perspective. So it motivated me to defect North Korea. So I think we have that in common.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know.
So-
I know many people do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's incredible. Yeah, that's literally like a God's timing. Yeah,
Yes,
that's amazing.
I mean, I don't even still know how I acted like that. It was
very
so
brave.
impressive. Like, I know I was being so brave. I was
Yeah.
only in my 20s, so yeah.
No, but I mean, like, I feel like you took leap of faith,
Yeah.
right? And
Correct.
now looking back at that leap of faith, that was like the greatest choice that you could have ever made, right?
Exactly. And then I kind
Yeah.
of like America was calling me, come here, Deborah. There's more opportunities. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. I was like,
I'll
I
listen
was
to you and I'll
dragging.
go.
I feel like I know.
Yeah,
So it was
yeah.
amazing, like experience that I had like this. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm so
That's-
thankful. Yeah, think back now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did
You know-
I did the right choice.
Yeah. Well, speaking of America, I mean, how was it for you resettling here in America? Like, which state did you come to, and like, did you have any support? Like, how was the resettlement process for you? Like, I know you're married and you have like, am I allowed to say that or not really?
Yeah, no problem.
They're
Yeah, I'm
married?
married.
Oh, okay.
Happily married.
Yes, happily
Yeah.
married. So for how long now?
Oh, it's been 15 years. Yeah,
Wow.
15
See, it's
years.
like how did like because like for me like coming to America having to learn completely different language, it was really challenging. How was it for you?
It is. Yeah, so because we are first group and they didn't know, I think that the system wasn't that settled down when we entered here. So they're
Mm,
still trying to figure it out because it's first refuge, for North Korean refuge, they don't know, they didn't have any experience. They didn't know
mhm.
what to do with us. So they just,
Yeah.
yeah, treated us with like a normal, like other refugees. And then they
Hmm.
just gave us like a 6 month of housing, just renting the
Mm.
a room. It was in New York area. And
Oh.
then yeah, they gave us like over $100 every week, what the in 6 months.
Within
And
the 6 months period, it's not like
within
forever.
6 month period, yeah. And
Okay.
then after 6 months, they already told me that after, this is only for 6 months. After 6 months, you gotta go your own, like you're free like that. So I'm like,
You're free.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's very different than South Korea. Or what I heard that they like, they gave them like
Like
enormous
housing, you
amount of
said.
how they yeah, no, almost
No, they
free
give them
house for
house. Yeah.
yeah house, and then they give them like a lot of money too to settle down,
Hmm.
and then they like do all the like systems and like like all the schools and free like schools and every some kind like that. But America, no, it's not. They're not that easy. Like they just they they let us
Throw you
be
into
like very
the
tough. They're tough.
wild.
Just throw in
Yeah.
the wild and just
Yeah, and in the
survive
midst of
yourself like
yeah,
this.
it's like it's
But
all
now
you. Hmm.
yeah, but now that's how I am right now because I became very stronger because of their,
Mm.
the training, the system.
Right.
Because I
Right.
didn't look for anything else. I had to, rely on myself. I couldn't rely to others, like other stuff.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I just believe in myself and believe in God. I mean, that's before I even. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, my faith wasn't that stronger, but I just, I can do it because I survived in North
North
Korea and
Korea and
China,
China. Yeah.
yeah, this is nothing. That was just for the, the difficult one is a language because I didn't even speak A, B, C, D. I didn't know. I
Mm.
learned Russian over there, like spasibo, garandas, like no, das vidanya.
Yeah. That's that.
So I didn't know anything about English. So
Mm,
yeah,
mhm,
so resettling in America was both exciting and overwhelming.
mhm.
On the hand, on one hand, I finally felt free, and on the other hand, I had to learn everything from scratch.
Mhm,
So
mhm, mhm.
language, culture, and even small daily things like
Yeah,
how to, order food. Can you
yeah.
imagine? Because it wasn't when I first learned driving.
Mhm.
I was driving in New York, like a busy area,
That's
and then
crazy.
I constantly go the opposite side of one way
Oh
because
no.
I couldn't even read the one way sign. So
Ah.
I'm like, I go to go to the turn right, and there was one way, and like every car scaring. The cars
Uh-huh.
was scaring of me, like they're the honking me crazy.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I'm like, it wasn't one time. I did it several
Mm.
times, and
Mm.
I
Mhm.
didn't hurt, no accident. I think God protected me
That's good.
too.
That's
That
good.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, he had his hand on you.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
know. So that's how I couldn't even read the one-way sign. So it was so
Mm.
hard. But
Yeah.
over time, I worked hard to
Mhm.
adapt. And
Mhm.
I went through different jobs and working in a restaurant, like
Mhm.
nail technician and offices, and then,
Mhm.
managing businesses. And eventually I moved into real estate right now. And
Ah,
yeah, and then so yeah, that was I just, I mean,
resettlement.
it's resettlement, just do, still don't give up. You just do it
Yeah.
little by little, just keep going.
One
Then
step at a
one day,
time.
yeah, you get it. Yeah, I
Mhm.
know. So don't
Mhm.
rush, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, just try your best,
Trying my best.
Yeah, that's I
Like
did.
yeah, it's I think of it as like, in Korean saying, 쥐구멍에도 해가 뜰 날이 온다,
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yeah.
there'll come a
Mm-hmm.
day when sun will shine in the darkest
Mm-hmm.
places.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
that was always my kind of like take on like life.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
even when I was in the in detention center, like 교도소,
Oh, you were
집결
in Kyoto? Oh, yeah, yeah, in the
집결소,
North
and then
Korea.
I went to I went to
Oh,
집결소 for a little bit, and then I went to
yeah.
교도소 for a little bit too, as a
Mm,
이관생. But
Mm,
those times, it was very tough, but I just took it as, you
mm,
know what, like I'm just gonna survive today. I'm just gonna
mm.
do
Yeah.
whatever to. And I think that kind of mentality actually helped me here
Mm-hmm.
in America as well. Like, sure, like I
Exactly.
didn't speak any English. Sure, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know, what to do. Like, I don't know what tax is. Like, just like you said,
Mm-hmm.
like, you don't even know how the bus works, right? You don't even know,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah.
oh, like what is this train ticket? Like what do I gotta do? Like how do I purchase this? How do I So there's a lot of new things that we needed to learn, but it was exciting because it's new,
Mm-hmm.
but also very difficult because there was no support system that is built for
Right.
us to
Mm-hmm.
uh kind of like step as like a stepping stone, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But luckily for me, I came to
Mhm.
America as a minor, right? So
Yeah.
17 years and like
Oh, you were
11 months
only
old.
17?
Well, I was
Oh,
17 years
oh,
and
wow.
17 years and 11 months old because my birthday
Mm,
is in
mm,
October 1st and I came to
mm,
America in September 21st. So if I were to
mm.
come to America 10 days later, like I don't think I would have been qualified for that program.
Oh,
So I wouldn't get the
that's
benefits that I got. So
benefits of the
basically
minors.
Right, so I was placed in foster care home in Concord. It's in
Mm,
California,
mm.
and then
Oh,
I enrolled in school, high school.
mm,
Like I
mm.
don't speak any English, but they were like, okay, here you go to school because you're a minor. Enrolled in high school, and,
And
and
then
it was chaotic.
you're like mute again. Like
Yeah, I
that.
was like, what?
I
What is
know. I
happening? Um,
wow.
But yeah, it was very
Yeah.
difficult. But,
Hmm.
like I said, like taking one step at a time, just like you said,
Yeah.
right? Like
Hmm.
taking one step at a time and just keep grinding, like knowing you've come so far that you can survive this too, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
And
You're
also
right.
especially I've read that you're Christian as well,
Yeah.
and I'm a
Hmm.
Christian, and I came to believe in
Hmm.
God because when I was
Hmm.
in North Korea, like all the things that could have happened to me, right? I lost my
Hmm.
mother when I was 11, and I
Hmm.
got captured and sent back to North Korea, and I had to eat like corn out of my own poop, and I picked up a dry vomit out of the rice. So all the things
Hmm.
that I could have done, like I mean, I was a minor at the time. I was only 15, and those kind of things happen, and I could have said there is no God, there is nothing, right? But
Hmm.
I chose to believe that because God has a great purpose, and eventually He saved me because I've
Hmm.
went through so many different near death experience, and I
Hmm.
felt like God had given me a chance, an opportunity for me to
Hmm.
keep surviving. So when I came to America, I went to church, and well, I mean, I heard about God when I was actually in North Korea.
Oh,
In North
then
Korea,
how
and
you
that's
didn't get killed?
right.
You even know you get killed.
Yeah,
Huh?
no, well, no,
You're
but I mean,
lucky
like,
you didn't get killed.
right, yeah. So when I
Wow.
heard about God when I was in North Korea, and then when I first escaped North Korea, a pastor came to my house and he held my hand and he prayed for me and he gave me a Bible, like not a big Bible, but Gospel
In
of
North Korea?
Matthew. No, in China.
Oh, in
So when I
China, yeah.
first
Okay. Oh,
escaped
no, yeah.
first escaped
Mm-hmm.
North Korea and when I came to
Oh,
China, and then but I did hear about God when I was in North Korea
mm.
because a friend of mine who escaped North Korea and she
Oh,
got
okay.
captured. Do you know Kim Danbi
Mm.
by any chance?
Mm. No.
Okay, so
Tanbi? No, I
Tanbi,
don't
sh-
know.
she was on Ibangap as well, but she
I
was
don't know.
actually my friend in North Korea. So we were
Oh,
friends in North
wow,
Korea,
really?
and she actually she told me about God in North Korea. Yeah. And then
Wow.
when I came to China, that's when I like really hear about Jesus
Mm,
and God.
mm,
And then when I got sent back to North Korea, I held on to that. Like I held on to it,
mm,
and I think my faith really grew in that tough
mm,
times. And when I finally
mm,
came to America, I went to church and I got baptized and I became Christians.
mm, mm.
Um, I just wanted to ask, yes, in North Korea, like if you were to get captured with a Bible, yes, three
Mm-hmm.
generations of your family would get
Yep,
killed.
you
So
get punished. Hmm.
right. So I'm just I was really curious, like when was your first encounter with God, and Like, how did you come to faith?
Yeah, so when I was escaping China
Mm-hmm.
with a group of people, heading to America, and there is a few people in my group,
Mm-hmm.
as a young people. They're younger. I was 20, they were like a 1920s, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
they were North Korean orphaned, and then they already in China, lived in China for like 5 6 years, and then under they were hiding and studying Bible under the South Korean ministries. So
Mm-hmm.
they trained and they read Bibles, they studied it for 5 years already.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, so I didn't know about, before that I didn't know about like Jesus Christ, like any like a Christianity. And then like I thought they're, as the as North Korean, the government, the leader says, regime says they're like a stupid groups, like there's like a
Mm-hmm.
some like a religious group that like they don't they're like, they're not, they're liars, like that, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
had a always had a bad impression of them. And
Mm-hmm.
also, yeah, but those kids, like those like young people, they just when they have some time, they just came to me and then say like, sister, I'm gonna tell you the story. Like, what story? Like, what story? And then he's like, they're like, long time ago, there's a Adam and Eve, like they
Uh-huh.
live the husband wife there, and then they ate apple that God, like something like that. And then like I'm like, get out of here. I'm like, I'm 20, I'm over 20. I don't want, I'm not into those kind of fairy tale stuff, story.
I'm not
I'm like,
stupid.
you're so stupid. And then get out, like, go, go
Yeah.
away. And
Uh-huh.
then, yeah, and then like they're like, oh, Nuna, if you hear it, if you know, like, sister, if you know this story, you will love it, like that. So you
Mm-hmm.
gotta know that. So, no, I don't want to know that. It's okay. I'm good. I'm okay. Go away, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw them on the journey to America. I saw them like they walk up early in the morning, and then they're kneeling down and praying like this every
Mm-hmm.
morning. And then they're
Mm-hmm.
like they're listening and singing the hymns, like the worshiping songs, like. And then
Mm-hmm.
it was there he had an MP3. The back in the days, they using MP3 to
Uh,
listening the songs, right? Do you know
uh,
MP3? No.
yeah, no, I do know
Yeah,
MP3.
yeah.
Actually, I know,
I know. So,
I actually had one in North Korea as well. I
oh,
actually
you
had
did. Oh,
MP3 in
you were
North Korea.
rich. I didn't. Oh, wow. You were rich.
No,
I didn't have any
yeah.
of them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was listening, and then just, can you just, you should listening, and they are listening, and like there's the South Korean like worship songs, and I don't want to
Mm.
hear it, and then I just took it out like that. And then um yeah, and then I saw them doing it. So I'm like, oh, they're so stupid. And then they're like, that's what I thought. And then, I mean, in China, I realized that I got brainwashed, and then all
Mm.
the truth, all the, stuff that I grew up with, all lie. What North Korean regime taught us, it's all lie, right? So
Mm.
I was so confused and about the truth, and I didn't know what is the real truth, because I was so
Mm-hmm.
shaken in my mind, was so
Mm-hmm.
shaked by that. And then so I didn't want to. I um I decided by myself that I never believe anything else again. Like, never anybody let me brainwashed again, like that. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
those are like, I thought it was brainwashed, and I didn't want to, especially I didn't want to
Right.
believe it.
Right.
And but during the journey to America, there's a lot of dangerous thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
And like we almost caught by police, almost caught by like the border patrols, like that. So,
Mm.
but those times, I don't know, something like a miraculously happening. Like they're opening our way, and then they're just
Mm.
going
Mm-hmm.
away. I saw
Mm-hmm.
that, and then like, that's impossible. They were like heading to trying to like, search us, and then they're turning their back and going away, and we're
Mm.
safe.
Mm.
So I'm like,
Mm. Mm.
not even once. It happened several times. I'm like, and then, oh, I'm like, so I felt something, like protecting us. And
Mm.
then the final moment was that we made across the like the Laos border, and then
Right.
we right at the right Laos border between the Laos and the
Thailand.
Thailand side. There's a
Right.
Mekong River over there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, but Laos the was they have a good connection, the relationship with the North Korean
North
regime.
Korea.
So we don't
Yep.
if we caught by in the Laos, we still the send back North Korea. So
Mm-hmm.
we had to make through the Thailand, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we were across the river at night, but I think something fell off and the plan didn't go through, and then we had
Mm.
to cross it broad daylight. Now think
Wow.
about I heard, yeah, and then I
The
heard
Mekong
that
River,
before
the day during the day
Mekong
broad
River
light,
day
and
broad
with like
night,
the boat is like this narrow,
the
and there's like
canoe like boat.
yeah, canoe,
Yeah,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
the engine was so loud. So,
yeah.
you know, yeah, you can
You
easily
could get
see it.
shot,
Then I'm like, I
basically. Yeah.
know. So I heard that even you cross it in the pitch dark night, you get caught. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
get caught. But
Mm-hmm.
think about it. It's they broad light. They're like they see everything. Then like, is it possible? I don't want to do that. And then the pastor told me that, oh, he prayed to God, and then God says okay. So I'm like, stop talking nonsense like that. Like you are just putting us at danger like that. So you're putting us a dead trap. But well, what to
Yeah.
do? You have to, you don't have a choice.
Yeah. You have to
You have
go
to
or
do
you
what he.
get yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know. Or you just you here, stay here, and then just let
Get
them
captured and get
catch you,
sent
right?
back. Yeah.
So oh my God. So I'm like, oh, we're done. So I got on the boat, and then we started crossing it, and and in that moment, because we almost made it,
Mm.
made it, just made the all the like crossing the China border, like and then the Laos border, we made it on like a almost finish line.
Mm-mm.
If we get caught here, it's unfair, right? We already
It's yeah.
almost there. So
Yeah.
I'm like, all of a sudden, I just looked up the sky, and then if someone, whatever, watches us, please save us like that.
Mm.
I didn't even, to plan to do it, but it's
Mm.
like
Mm.
instinctively, I just looked up the sky
Yeah.
to pray
Wow.
it, and then,
Mm.
guess what? As I looking up the sky, the water comes to my face, like little by little, the water drops. And
Mm.
then it comes a little by little, and then it becoming like more and more, and then pouring down. The rain was pouring down like in a minute, like a few minutes.
Wow.
And then I couldn't even the to the point that I couldn't even like look up my face even the anymore, because it's getting pouring down so hard.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's like and then all of a sudden I know it's unbelievable, but it actually
It's a
happened.
sign. Yeah. It
I
was a
know.
sign.
So the rain pouring down, so that to the point that it cannot hurt, nobody can see us, and then the engine
Mm.
sound was so loud. It was so like quiet river, and the engine like a tung tung tung, like so big, but they
Yeah.
couldn't hear
Yeah.
the engine sound.
Wow.
So we safely, nobody catch us, nobody around us, and then I think the border armies, the patrols, they ran away because they trying to avoid the storm like rain. So
Mm-hmm.
we safely crossed crossed it, and we made a Thailand. And
Mm.
yeah, so it's unbelievable. So I actually experienced it, and then in my eyes, I was like,
Mm.
wow,
That was a God's
miracle
doing.
actually happened, and then there
Mm.
is a God.
Mm.
And
Mm.
yeah, that's how I started to believe it, and that there is something just watching us and protecting us. It's
Mm.
this is not coincidence,
Mm-hmm.
this is a
Mm-hmm.
miracle.
Mm-hmm.
So if I didn't experience this, I wouldn't believe it. Everybody's made me to believe, but I'm very strong-willed, so I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't believe. But because I saw in my eyes, like experienced that miracle, I started
Mm.
to believe it, and then I had a strong faith in my
Mm-hmm.
mind in
Mm.
developing it. And then
Mm-hmm.
after I came to America, I
Mm-hmm.
went to church and started learning Bibles, and
Mm.
my faith become more, strong and
Stronger.
stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's how
That's
I,
mm-hmm.
yeah, believed in God.
Mm, mm, mm,
Mhm.
mm. That is an incredible
In-
testimony. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, it's it's hard to, I often think about like God, like what are you doing with North Korea?
Yes.
Because
Mhm.
I'm really curious. I often wonder because, I say that to people like there are 25 million, like, people say that, oh yeah, your story is incredible, right? And your story is very moving, and I say that to people like, yeah, like my story is unique, but it's not
Mhm.
uncommon, right? It's
Mhm.
not uncommon. There's a lot more people who's going
Mhm.
through my story at this moment,
Yeah.
right? Who's living that
Mhm.
story.
Yes.
And I often wonder, like, God, like, what are you doing with North
Mhm.
Korea? Like, what do you want to
Mhm.
do? Right? And
Mhm.
every time I get, this kind of answer is that, share your story. We
Mhm.
are the living proof, right? Living
Mhm.
miracle of God's, God's miracle, living proof of God's miracle, right?
Mhm.
So the reason why you had to go through, and the reason why you had,
Mhm.
like, I personally believe that the reason why I had to suffer those, struggles going through,
Mhm.
like, God wanted to use that story to bring light to North Korean
Mhm.
issues, right? So
Yes.
I
Mhm.
strongly believe that, and I think God
Mhm.
has, plan for North Korea and those 25 million people,
Mhm.
and it will happen soon. Like reunification, or North
Mhm.
Korean people will achieve,
Mhm.
freedom
Mhm.
in our lifetimes, and I know that God has a plan to do that, and I just hope that it happens soon, But God's timing is perfect, right?
You're
So
right. You're right.
yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, so out of 25 million North Korean, the North Korean defectors uh came here America only like a little over 200 people.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
think God chose those people,
Mm-hmm.
they just selected us. I think yeah, selected
Mm-hmm.
us out of those out like a millions of people and
Mm-hmm.
to brought us to here, America, and
Mm-hmm.
then I think he teach us and he like let us experience and learn a lot of stuff and to free our later um when my country freed, we go there and then we
Mm-hmm.
we
Spread the gospel.
the
Yeah.
spread the gospel and
Mm-hmm.
all those stories like we tell
Mm-hmm.
all of our lives to let them believe and let them
Mm-hmm.
have good news.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so and then spiritually let them become, I mean, let them free like the North Korean, like those are those people and soul like that. So I
Mm-hmm.
strongly think about it, and I cannot waste my time here whenever I think about it, because I'm very I mean, compared to them, I'm very, I mean, nobody, but still, God has purpose on us. And,
Mm-hmm.
so I've chosen by God to
Mm-hmm.
be here and live here and
Mm-hmm.
spread the gospel to my people in North Korea.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That was very
Mm.
powerful. And
Mm.
yeah, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, I really appreciate your time, and also, I it's really interesting too that, like, North
Mm.
Korea, Pyongyang was
Mm.
once known as the Jerusalem of the East because there were so many Christians back in Pyongyang.
Correct. Correct.
And every
Mm.
time I talk with Christians, like, I
Mm.
ask them to pray for North Korea, that,
Mm.
like, Pyongyang will, become once again the Jerusalem of the
Mm.
East. So
Amen.
anybody
Amen.
who's, yeah, amen. Yeah, anybody who's
Mm.
watching this, please pray for North
Mm.
Korea, and please pray for
Mm.
North Korean people as well, and that
Mm.
they will become free one day. Um,
Mm.
and yeah, I just can't wait to, go
Yeah.
back to a free
We.
North Korea, and basically, spread the gospel,
Mm.
spread the good news, and tell them,
Mm. Mm.
how much
Great
better life
goddess.
outside of, yeah, a great God
Yeah.
is, and also life
Hmm.
outside of North Korea is. So
Yes.
yeah. So Deborah, so I you have a YouTube channel, right? And you have like
Yes,
the
I
very
do.
detailed story.
Yeah, so I started my YouTube channel to I
Mm-hmm.
wanna share my stories because
Mm-hmm.
journey to
Mm-hmm.
inspire people. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's my channel is Deborah Choi, North Korea to USA, and
Mm.
there are all the detailed stories. I made a video about it. So if you
Mm-hmm.
guys wanna check more about it, know more about it, please
Mm-hmm.
check my YouTube channel and subscribe, like, and your support means world to me.
Well,
Thank you so much,
amazing.
Charles.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Bye, Deborah.
Bye. Bye,
Bye.
Charles.